I am in Costa Rica and I am so excited that I have enough Wi-Fi access to share this. So I'm super happy to be here. And I hope this sounds okay. I'm in um my room, my unit. That's my kitchen, that's my bed. You're in my office and my dining table, and that's my closet. So, and then I have like a bathroom. So, yay. So this is Body, Mind, Spirit, and where I'm here and it's sunset time. So um, I hope that you all are doing really well. And because it's Body, Mind, Spirit, I would like to share some things that um, I have been noticing with my body and kind of want to put it into the awareness. So hopefully it's of service while we all continue to grow and heal our bodies from whatever it is we've done to them or whatever has happened to them and make them a more fun place to live. So thanks for being here. So something that I noticed before I came to Costa Rica was through a conversation. It was a realization that I had, and it was through a conversation that I had with my body. And I was in meditation and I asked my body, I said, "Hey girl, what do you want? Like what do you need?" And and I listened. And she was like, "What? You're listening? Oh, okay, I'll tell you." And she said, "I want some sunshine. I want clean air. I want to swim in waters. I want to eat fruit and vegetables. That's what I want." And I was like, "Oh God, that's it?" And then I was like, "Wow, I've been giving you that here um, in Charlotte, and it wasn't enough. It was the skies sprayed with whatever trails of whatever it is that they're spraying. The food is doesn't have many nutrients to it. Um, I don't necessarily want to get in the waters in the city at all." And and I was like, wow, my body's not asking for a lot. And so I've been on this path of honoring what my body needs. And I realized through this exploration and re reforming my relationship with my physical body, some things have come into my awareness. And one of the things is how much I did not listen to her. How many times she would tell me, "I'm tired." And I would drink another cup of coffee and push through. Or she would say, "I'm hurting." And I would say, "I don't have time for that. Let's take some more Tylenol." Shh, shut up. There would be times when I would be around people that would be very mean and it would activate my nervous system. And that was a really big sign from her yelling, right? Like, "I can't handle this. I'm having a little freak out right now." And I would say, "You don't matter right now because I don't want this person who's making me uncomfortable to feel uncomfortable." And so I would take it, whether they were yelling or being mean or you name it. And so I'm realizing that I don't want to do that anymore. That this is the only body that I'm going to get in this life. Whether we have multiple lives or not, who knows? Doesn't matter. What matters is that we have this body in this right now moment. And for me, um, forgiving myself for a lot of the ways that I treated her, the way I mistreated her, the neglect. I neglected my body so much. I pushed her through places of discomfort. And it wasn't like when I was training for the marathon or training for a race or whatever, when it was like, yeah, you're going to get uncomfortable. You just push through it. It wasn't like that. It was more like, you need a break. You need to you need to just stop. And I wouldn't listen to her. And I'm grateful that I'm taking this time right now and to put out the reminder that it's not too late. It's not too late to start listening to your body and honoring him or her and asking your body, like, what do you need? Because sometimes I think I would ask my body, what do you need? And she would be like, I need a cup of coffee so I can keep going, right? And I realized that's almost like the fawning trauma response. Like she was like, well, I know she's going to push me through this, so I guess I'll go ahead and I'll ask for a cup of coffee. Or I would create a relationship with um, something that she would become addicted to. Cigarettes, I need to turn this light on. The sun is going down fast. I thought I had more time, but no. I've learned if I flick it twice, it's an amber light. So much better than this light. I don't even know LED something. But anyway, now you can see my kitchen. Anyway, and my closet, my bed. You're in the office in the kitchen. Anyway, that's my air conditioner. It does great. Anyway, but I would do things to my body to where she would become addicted to the thing. So she was addicted to nicotine. Like a pack of cigarettes a day is what I would smoke. And so much that she would be like, I'm going to hurt if you don't do this. And then it got to the point where I didn't want to quit because I didn't want to go through the pain. I didn't want to put her through the pain of quitting, even though me maintaining the habit was hurting her. How much alcohol I drank. It's ridiculous because I didn't want to feel the discomfort of showing up somewhere sober. What? And I think many of us have done this. Like, I'm not judging it. I'm just baffled at this time that I've been reflecting on all the times that I have allowed my body to not be listened to. The So many times. And I guess because this is body, mind, spirit, how do we really start to form a new relationship with our body? Because, there's this belief on one hand that's like, well, I already did the damage. I am kind of screwed. And then I remember that that's just a belief, right? That's of the mind. And so I can change my mind. I can create a new belief that my body loves me and I love my body and my body trusts me and I trust my body and we're going to create a new relationship together so that whatever remaining years I have with and in my body, it can be as comfortable as it can be. That it can be as joyful as it can be. And I can feel more ease in my body and that she can feel nourished in ways that maybe she never has. Or she could feel seen and heard and loved and honored like maybe she never has. So that, we may not be able to turn back the hands of time. Maybe we can. Maybe as I create this new relationship with my body and just honor her and what she needs, if I can literally just listen to her and ask her and honor that, then what's to say that I can't change my body? Because in every single moment, we're making new cells. Every moment. It's not like, oh, well, this is it. We get basically what a new liver every 7 years. We get a new layer of skin all the time. I mean, we know that we go like that, and it's like, how many skin cells do we just blow all over the place? Who knows? We're constantly regenerating our body. So we possibly could have new body parts without any medical intervention, but rather a loving intervention of a mindfulness that draws awareness back to the fact that we have a body and it is consciousness. It's like a tree, like nobody's calling the tree and saying, hey, I need you to make more bark. You need to back off on the sap and I need you to grow 15 leaves today. Okay, bye. Nobody's calling the tree and telling the tree to do that. The tree doesn't have a brain. It's not thinking, okay, it is this time. I must produce more bark. No, it is its own consciousness, its own life. The bark is growing as it does. The leaves are growing as they do. They fall off as they do. It's the life cycle. It's the intelligence of life itself. We, our bodies are the same thing. So with a tree, if I ask the tree, like, hey, tree, what do you want? What do you need? And the tree says, I need more shade, bro. It's kind of hot. Okay, so I could throw some shade over it. And then it might show me, maybe not immediately, but over time, how big and strong it can grow. But if I ask the tree, what do you need? And it says, yo, I need some shade. And I say, whatever, you're supposed to be here in the sun. You're supposed to be here, or you're supposed to look like this, or this is what someone told me to do. Someone told me that you like full sun. So I'm going to leave you here. We'll never know with the potential, but we know that maybe it burns, maybe its leaves don't look as bright, maybe it doesn't fruit as abundantly. Who knows? But when we don't know unless we ask and we listen. And so that's what I'm really working with right now is listening to my body. And I'm finding that there are some days where I eat more. There are some days I eat less. And when I was back in the States, I was still, I think, in this mindset that I had to eat X amount per day, so many times a day or whatever. And that if I didn't, then I was, I don't know, hurting myself or not doing a good job or whatever. And here, and it may be different because of what I'm eating here. I'm eating the same exact foods, but I'm eating the foods have more nutrients in them here. And so, like today, this is going somewhere. So, like today, I ate half of a papaya and half of a pineapple. Pina. Well, granted, the pineapples here, because I get the organic ones and they're abundant and they're super cheap. They're not like $10 or whatever they are in the States, but they're like this big. So I ate half of that and a half of a papaya, and it wasn't a massive one. And I put it in a smoothie, boom, boom, drink it up. And then I just kind of snacked. I was like, oh, I'm eating a baby banana, eating another baby banana. And then a little bit ago, I was like, yo, I'm hungry. So then I ate beets and carrots and kale that were grown here, fresh picked. And I grow beets and carrots and kale at my own house. And there's something more satiating to that. The soil is different here. Granted, I have some great soil. Thank you to QC Performance Services. Like for real. Anyway, but I digressed. But I'm listening to my body. That's the point. And I'm noticing that she loves fruit. Like homegirl loves some fruit. Oh my God. Like so much. I don't allow that in Charlotte. I don't allow myself to do that in Charlotte. And I give myself reasons, right? Like, well, it's too expensive. Well, it's too expensive because I'm also buying a $30 box of macro bars. Well, but if I took that $30 and spent it on more fruit, then it kind of comes out in the wash, or like whatever. So I'm in this new position of really listening to my body and just reminding her that she deserves to be heard and honored, that our bodies deserve to be heard and honored, and they deserve to feel good. They deserve to have space to heal. They deserve to have space to show us how magical and brilliant they are. Like, we will push through so much pain. We have a belief that if I don't show up to work, then I'll get fired and then I won't be able to afford anything, right? Well, sometimes we hold our bosses small because we don't want to tell them, "Hey, I need a break. You know, can I work from home today? Can I take the day off?" And then if I do take the day off, do I actually take the day off, or do I sit there and scroll all day so that my mind doesn't get a chance to recalibrate? If I'm busy scrolling all day, you know what my mind can't do? It can't listen to my body. And so then we disconnect our mind and our body's relationship. Why would we want to do such a thing? I don't think we want to. I think that we're just conditioned to do that. And I feel like I'm sad. I feel sadness about it because my body feel like when I was listening to her, it just felt, I felt sadness like that I would do that to her. That I would allow me to be neglectful to her. When she hasn't done anything mean to me. She's held me this whole time. She's been the one willing to fall down, literally bust up her knees and elbows and get all bruised. She's been the one willing to take the hit. My body has been the one that will tell me, like, oh my God, your heart is breaking because I can feel it in my chest. My body is what will tell me that I'm moving so much energy that it's going to come out in tears because like I'll get the lump in my throat and she'll hold that lump until I cry or I swallow it down and pretend it didn't happen. Our bodies hold anger, so much anger, because we don't know how to feel it and how to process it and move it through. I know some people that have anger. I just had an experience recently where someone just held so much anger in them, and I understand why. I have a deep understanding why they have so much anger in them. I've had some really awful things happen and they have a lot to be mad about. And instead of them allowing their body to move it, they hold it in and then they yell it out and project it. And they just yell about everything. And they yell at people and they call people names. And they're just ugly about it. They're just ugly. And they're beautiful. They're a beautiful person. But they're so fucking ugly. And I'm just thinking about what their body is feeling. What their stomach is feeling, what their heart is feeling. Not to mention where their thoughts are all the time if they're holding that much anger in, just the repeating thoughts about why they're so mad or what made them mad or why those people are idiots and why are they those people in the first place and what names am I going to call those people or whatever. And then I think about not just their body and then their mind just running on these loops. But I think about their love, their loveness, the part of them that is love, that's being ignored, oppressed, not letting the heart of love and compassion feel the feelings of why they have all this anger, or like, let's try dancing for a minute, body. I know you've been holding a lot of this anger in, but let's try dancing. Whatever that is, to let the spirit be acknowledged to support the processes of the body when our bodies have been put through the ringer or neglected or abused. And this is body, mind, spirit, right? We're all of it. There's not one that's more important than the other. They all work together. And, all of this that I've seen in this person in this example very recently, I've been that. Like, I'm not above that. I have direct experience with it firsthand and experiencing it outside of myself multiple times in my life. And when I would feel like that, like when I would feel so angry or when I would not allow myself the time, space, or grace to process emotions, I remember how bad my body felt. And then I remembered that what I wanted to do to alleviate that pain is I wanted to turn to drugs or alcohol or really unhealthy behaviors. And that's what I saw with them. This person would hold themselves up in their room, black out the shades, tape the shades so that no light would seep in, no light whatsoever. And they would sit in the dark. And then they would come out and then they would smoke a lot of cigarettes, smoke a lot of pot, talk, 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 not listen. Project yell, this is stupid, everybody's dumb, name call, name call, name call, and then retreat again. And watching that and seeing myself in that and how her their body didn't get to like skip, dance, hug, because that's the thing, like in this time that I've neglected my body, those were the times that I would literally reject hugs. People would come up and be like, want a hug? And I'd be like, no, back up. I don't like hugs. Of course, I would do that because at the time I was abusing and neglecting my body so much that if I couldn't receive my own love, then I damn sure couldn't accept anyone else's love physically, right? Even a hug. And eventually nobody wants to hug you if you're a sourpuss. Nobody wants to like snuggle you if all you do is neglect yourself, right? Because it's kind of like that. I can only love you as much as I love myself. I can only give as much as I have. I'm only going to receive as much as I'm willing to give, you know? And that witnessing that recently was um it opened up a lot of compassion for this person and a deeper awareness and commitment that I have to my own body and my own relationship with her in a way that is kind and loving and attentive and listening. I want to, I feel like there so many of us really just want to be seen and heard, right? Like just want to be seen, just acknowledge my existence and accept me. Hear what I have to say. Like that's some basic human shit, y'all. And yet we won't look at ourselves in the mirror. How many of you have not just stared at yourself in the mirror just because you can? Trees can't do that shit. Birds don't do that shit. Flowers don't do that shit. The ocean will never see its waves. And yet here we are, the only creatures on earth that have access to these magical reflecting devices that we call mirrors, and we don't even look at it. And I know a lot of people spend a lot of time in mirrors, and what they're doing is they're nitpicking themselves. And they're like, let me put on 18 more gallons of makeup. Or let me look at myself and tell myself that this needs to be here and this needs to be here. And so that I can be attractive again. Or this needs to be bigger. Like, whatever. But like, how often do we just like look at the mirror and see ourselves? Like, why wouldn't our bodies want to see ourselves seeing it? So that's my invitation. My invitation as we move into, this new month and, it's just a lot of time for change. So what if we use this time to recommit? So August is my dad and my stepmom's wedding anniversary. I think it's in August. I think it's 9/8. We're not in 9. I do this every year. 8 is August. Damn it. Every time. It's not 8/8. It's 9/8. Man, I do this every year. It doesn't matter. Just forget all that I was just saying. But anyway, what if we take this month of August and we use it to create new commitments with ourselves? So just new commitments. It's like a new relationship. And so what if this is the time where you're like, you know what? I want to have a new relationship with my body. No matter how much he or she feels good or is in pain. No matter how much I wish that he or she could do things or, you know, and they can't. Or, maybe you're like, oh my God, I love everything about my body. This is amazing. Like, what if we just take this month to create a new relationship, to commit to having a conscious relationship with our physical body as if it's the last body we're going to get, right? Like, if this was your last meal, you're going to enjoy it, right? What if this is your last body and you're just like, you know what, fuck it. Let me just see how much I can love this body. Let me just see if I listen to my body, if he or she will tell me what I actually need, what it needs. If I do listen to my body and they tell me they need something, and I say, you know what? All right, you said you needed a nap. I'll give you a nap. And you do it. See how you feel afterward. See how your body says thank you. Just be curious. It's a new relationship, right? That you love. You're already in love. And if you're not in love with your body, maybe that could be a commitment is to find ways that you can fall in love with your body again. Maybe it's because you have a body. Maybe you have two arms. Maybe you have hands. Maybe you have legs. Maybe you have feet. Maybe you have eyes. Maybe you have a mouth. Maybe you have teeth. Maybe you have a nose. Maybe you have ears. Maybe you have all of these things or most of them. Can you fall in love and just honor that you have all of that? And how could you nurture all of that and take care of all of that? Maybe you have a heart and maybe you have lungs. Maybe you have kidneys. Maybe you have a liver. Maybe you still have things like a gallbladder and an appendix. Maybe you have a colon. Maybe you have all of these guts and internal organs that will, over the course of some amount of time, will completely renew and regrow themselves. And what if all you need to do is understand that, accept that, and to make a choice to ask your body at least once a day, hey, what you need? What can I do for you? What can I get for you? And just listen. And you may not hear anything for a while because if your body's like mine, my body didn't want to tell me because she was so tired of being ignored. So be patient. Be patient with your body. Be patient with your mind. Nourish yourself as you are called to. If he or she says, "Give me more water, give me more bubbly water," agua con gas. Maybe your body's like, "I want some lettuce. I want some beets. I want some apples and blueberries, whatever." Then see about honoring that, and then see how Great Spirit, the universe, source, God, goddess, whatever, then says, "Oh, that one down there, that human is loving their animal body. They're loving their biological vessel. They remember that that's me too. I'm going to love them back." And just see how that feels. Just see how it feels to love you in that way and to be loved back by you in that way, and the universe or the higher power, whatever that is that you call it. So that's what I wanted to talk about today on Body, Mind, Spirit, was listening to your body and honoring it. So please take care of yourselves and each other. Leave comments, subscribe to the Promise Resource Network YouTube channel, hit the little button that has the bell thing, and you'll get a little notification. Just makes it easier. And it's easier also for me to find the backlogged videos. So like if I want to go back, I can go under videos and all that fun stuff and see the different things. So I appreciate you all so much for being here, and thank you, and sending so much love from Costa Rica, from Central America, from the Pacific coast. I'm about 2 minutes away from the ocean, and I'm very grateful for this right now. And I can feel the gratitude of my body being like, "Thanks, girl. I've been asking for some sunshine, some water, some fruits and veggies, clean air. Girl, you giving it to me." Feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. So I love you all so much. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you on another now. Okay, bye.